So we all have them, bad habits. But today in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can actually replace them with good habits. So keep watching. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Aditi and today I'm going to be talking about how to replace bad habits with good ones. Let's actually go into what a habit is, because I feel like we kind of take that for granted and we don't actually think about the word itself. So a habit is the small actions that you do and the decisions you make throughout the day. A lot of the time they are subconscious, and I think it was, according to Duke University, around 40% of our daily behaviors and actions actually come from our habits. So habits are a very, very important thing. 40% is almost half. That's a lot. So a really simple one, I'm pretty sure that we all do this. If you don't, maybe you should consider it, but brushing your teeth. Everyone does it every single day and it's kind of a habit. When was the last time you actually thought about the process of brushing your teeth? You don't. So yeah, brushing your teeth is a repeated behavior. You do it again and again and again every single day. So that's a really simple one, and that's something that everyone can relate to. But there are bad habits. We're gonna go into examples of bad habits and how you can change them into good habits later, but let's actually talk about the science behind habits first of all. I think it was James Clear, he's the author of Atomic Habits, and he has this thing called the 3 R's of habits, something like that. I cannot remember the name. And yeah, so basically what it is firstly we have the reminder, secondly we have the routine, and thirdly we have the reward. And that's basically the psychological pattern that your brain goes through every single time that you do one of your habits. James Clear actually said that he got it from Charles Duhigg. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce his name, but I think it is, and he has written a book called The Power of Habit. He basically has the same sort of thing. He calls it the habit loop, and in that he has cue, routine and reminder. So instead of 3 R's he has CRR, but it's the same thing. So if we go into each of them, a reminder is basically a cue or a trigger initiating the habit. The habit itself is part of the routine aspect of the habit loop, and then we have the reward. The reward is what you get from doing the habit. So say for example that you have a habit of coming back from school or work and you put on your favorite show on Netflix or Prime or whatever, and you start eating junk food. Say that is a habit that you currently have. If we were to go through the reminder, routine and reward of that, we would have reminder is coming back from school or work. You're telling your brain, okay, now this is the time where I go into my habit. And then the habit itself is watching and eating. And then the reward is basically the chemicals that your brain produces when you eat those comfort foods. Also, if the reward is a positive reward, then you're basically telling your brain that you want to do it again. And even though your conscious mind may not want to do it again, so the habit that we just mentioned, it's not really good for your health. Your conscious brain knows that, but your subconscious doesn't, because your brain releases those chemicals, those positive chemicals, from eating the comfort foods. So now we've gone through the definition of a habit and what the science behind it is with the 3 R's. Let's go into actually breaking those habits and forming new ones, forming better ones. The thing is, you can actually use your current habits to form your new habits. So say if we go back to brushing your teeth, I'm assuming that you do this in the bathroom, so I'm guessing there's going to be a mirror there as well. In that case, you could be oh, after brushing my teeth I'm going to say positive affirmations in the mirror, because the mirror's already there. You're already in the situation that you would want to do that new habit in anyway. So if you link the two together, if you say that this current habit I have very much links to the new habit I want to have, in terms of situation or circumstances, then that works really, really well. For your new habit of saying positive affirmations in the mirror, your reminder is brushing your teeth. The routine part is actually saying your affirmations in the mirror. I have a whole video on positive affirmations, by the way, if you did want to know a bit more about that. And after that, to sustain that habit, you need some sort of reward. As humans, we like that sort of reward. So although this may seem silly, yeah, one thing I do from time to time is I just say, I'm proud of you, well done, that sort of thing, to myself. It's it does sound a bit weird, like from an outside perspective, but I think if you literally just say to yourself, this isn't silly, if you go in with the mindset that it's not silly in any way, then it's a lot easier and you do get that reward. You don't need like some sort of like outside person to tell you it. But also, if your habits are part of this like longer term goal that you're trying to work towards, then it can also help to like give yourself a bigger reward. Say if you are trying to train for a marathon. If you're trying to train for a marathon, you're gonna have to like make a habit of like running each day. Say you've done your marathon now, a reward you can give yourself is something that you enjoy basically. But one thing I will say with rewards is that you have to be really careful how you're rewarding yourself, because say if you are trying to eat more healthy, eat healthier, whatever, you have to make sure that your reward cannot be junk food. Basically what I'm saying is, don't ruin your progress with your reward, even if it makes you feel good. Make sure that your reward is something different. So say if you did have a goal of eating more healthily, obviously a more specific goal than that, but your reward could be something like going to a concert or like going to watch a film in the cinema after COVID, of course. But you know, that sort of thing, something quite unrelated. That is probably where it works best. Also make sure that your reward is proportional to like the work you've put in. So don't like, you know, watch 5 films in a day after doing 5 push-ups, because that's just not proportional in any way at all. So make sure it is proportional, but to be honest, I guess that's kind of like common sense. So yeah, just use your common sense. Also, a thing is, start small. Like, please don't go out of your way to like wake up at 5, you know, go on a run, read all these self-help books, listen to podcasts. All of that can happen. I'm not saying it won't happen, but it's not going to happen all now. If you are doing none of those things and then suddenly you jump into all of those things, your brain is going to face a lot of resistance and you're going to end up doing nothing. Whereas if you start small, then you can build it up and your brain is going to face less resistance. Also, I would say that something I do whenever I think I'm feeling resistance of any kind that shouldn't really be there, I kind of like journal it out and really get to the root of the issue and work on it from there. Also, one really interesting thing that I saw was that you can actually change your habit more easily on holiday. Whenever you do get the chance to go on holiday, try and implement a new habit there or break a bad habit there. Do either one. Because you're in like a new environment, your brain cannot process things the same way as it would if you were at home. So like, you may have set ways of doing things at home that you're really comfortable with, but as soon as you go on holiday, you're having to think about those things more. And that means that those processes you have in your brain, they are a bit more fragile in a way. They can be easily broken. So that's one thing to consider, obviously, after COVID. So we've obviously gone into talking about breaking bad habits, replacing them with new ones. Great. But what are bad habits and what are good habits? So I'm going to give you some examples of each. And the way I'm going to do it is, here's a bad habit, here's a good habit you can replace it with. So these are some that you may want to consider doing. And also some of these I've done myself. So if I've done it, you can do it as well. So my first one is not going on your phone as soon as you wake up. I literally used to go on my phone for like an hour after I woke up. Probably this time last year in like lockdown 1. And like, I did that every single day. Now I literally cannot go on my phone in the morning. I feel really uneasy doing it until like after I've done my morning routine and everything. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna go on my phone for the first 10 minutes of my day. Then that went over to 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, you know, that sort of thing. And again, it's the whole thing of starting small and building up that helps the most. The good habit that you can replace it with is saying positive affirmations. So I've talked a bit about positive affirmations already in the video, but in the morning they work the best because your subconscious brain is the most active at this point in your first 10 minutes of your day and the last 10 minutes of your day. So like just before you go to sleep and just after you wake up. So yeah, even if you are someone that goes on your phone straight after you wake up, you actually can break it, I promise you. Okay, number 2 is watching too much TV. Like TV, I think everyone loves a bit of TV. I'm not saying don't watch it at all. That's definitely know what I'm saying. Watching too much when it's taking priority over other things, that can be a bad thing. So instead of watching too much TV, what you can do, if you're not already, is start exercising 3 times a week. Like, our bodies are meant to be moved, and when you don't move them, that's when like health problems start to arise and stuff. I think that's a great way of balancing how much you're just sitting and watching TV on the sofa and how much you're actually moving. Again, with that, start small. Even if it's just like 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups, good enough for now. You can build up from there. Exercising can be dancing, it can be like badminton, 2 of which I enjoy loads. It can be cardio, it can be ab workouts, it can be arm workouts, it can be leg workouts. You know, there's a whole host of things, especially on YouTube with home workouts. They are really, really good, and there's a lot of them now because of Corona. So try and find something you enjoy. Try and find like one fitness YouTuber that you really enjoy watching their videos, and just stick to them. Okay, then number 3 is constantly eating fast food. So this kind of relates in terms of like health. Try and eat more like homemade food. Try and eat more like healthy food if you can. And then number 4, it's going to be my last one, is replacing fake influencers with like inspiring creators and people that you actually enjoy consuming content of. With the pandemic, with lockdown, a lot of us are on our phones a lot more. There's a lot more social media usage. So if you're not following the right people, or if you're following people that don't make you happy from inside, that's not a good sign. When you go on social media, you should be feeling like happy. Find inspiring creators that you really like. If you're looking for recommendations, then I actually have a video. That is it for this video. I actually have a Zoom call pretty much right now, so I'm gonna have to go. But if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, comment if you have any requests. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you took something away. The main message, to be honest, is start small, build up. With consistency, you will get to good habits. I will see you in another video. Bye!